Alright, welcome back. Time for another episode of running every instance at level. Last time, not counting whenever I took on Chicken, I was doing Pasper's Shrine, the level 45 instance, and now you can see I am level 50. I'm actually level 50 in all three classes because now it's time to run Cyclops Stronghold. It is probably the easiest level 50 instance to run. Most of the stuff in there has lower stats than any of the other level 50 instances. And it is here in Dragonfang Ridge, all the way up here. We have the Ruins of Icedwarf Kingdom, and there's a level 50 version of that as well, which is actually much harder, mostly because the mobs in there are terrible. But this is pretty easy. There's only one boss in here that's actually really hard, and it's not too hard if you know what you're doing, though. It gave me a lot of trouble, and that actually is why I am on Warrior Knight right now. I tried doing this on Priest Warrior like I've done every other instance, pretty much, and I was not able to do it because I didn't have the CC, and I'll get to that whenever I get to that boss. I'll talk a little bit about that. So since I am Warrior, I am actually wearing a little bit different gear. I'm wearing a lot of my cloth pieces are the same, because they're just the only pieces that I have statted, because that was all I ran as. But I also have, like, some plate armor. So here's a plate piece that I got out of Mystic Altar a long time ago, and I threw some stats on there. Same thing with these boots, also I believe out of Mystic Altar. And these shoulders I actually got out of this instance right here, and so I threw all those stats on there. I was really proud of that. That's actually dirty statted. It came OD with only that strength 4 stat on it, that green strength 4, and I had fusion stones with just a green strength 4 stat on them, so it worked quite beautifully. Gotta kill these things real quick. They just respawned on me. And then in addition to that, you guys I believe have already seen my cape and shield that were in my statting video, or at least one of them was. Yeah, because it was the, I think it was the cloak in that video, as well as the Crown of Madness out of Pasper's Shrine. Why am I trying to cast there? I don't know what that was all about. And then a piece I don't think I've showed you guys yet is the Honorable Relic. It is a one-handed axe that I got out of Pasper's Shrine off of those dual bosses. Took me a long time to get it, but eventually I got it, and I tiered it up, put my runes in there, and it's ready to rock and roll. The best level 50, that's a level 49 axe. The best level 50 axe that I can get, pretty much, is going to be out of the Ruins of Icedwarf Kingdom, which is also here in this zone, down here. Like I said, that's a much harder instance to run. Even though I only need to get to the first boss and kill it, I've not been able to solo that boss, just because I don't have a means to get past all of its CC. It summons these cavies that freeze you for a long period of time. But anyway, that's everything on here. Oh, and I managed to stat these wings. They got all yellow 6 stats on there, so those are pretty much the best stats I can possibly use, which is awesome. Kind of a shame that I put all of those on the one piece that can't be OD, but it's not that big of a deal. I figured if I'm going to hammer it, then I'll get the OD out of them. Otherwise, if I'm going to be using a hammer to plus anything, I want to be using the hammer on the thing that's going to be getting me the most. So whenever I do hammer that, I get more benefit than if I were to hammer anything else, just because it has the best stats on it. All the mobs in here are pretty easy to kill. I'll go ahead and put my buffs up, my defense buffs. It gives me parry and a bunch more armor. Yeah, they're all pretty easy to kill. There's not much strategy needed for killing these things. Just take them on a few at a time. These storm summoners actually deal magic damage, so if you have low magic defense, like that's probably my lowest defense right now. Yeah, my physical defense is like around 20k. So Storm Summoners, I mean, I guess maybe they deal more damage to me. So they're kind of a priority. Not that big of a deal, though. Oh, there we go. Nice sigil. Speaking of sigils, I was going to mention that the Loot 4 rune that I have in there, and also this Turn of Luck from the maid. Your housemaid can give you those potions. Those that increase your drop rate, I believe that also affects the drop rate of sigils. So coming in here with one of those on will make it more likely that you get those healing sigils, which is kind of important when you're running in here on a warrior or some other class that doesn't have any healing in Warrior Knight. So the only self-heals I have are potions and just natural HP regen. And any sigils I get. I think I just saw another sigil. But yeah, okay, no, it's an XP sigil. I actually don't want that one. Because I'm trying to not get XP in here. I accidentally came in here one time without any XP debt, and I gained like enough XP to get through one or two of these bars down here. Which I don't want XP because I don't want to level up until I have all my level 50 gear. I probably will level up at some point, just because I get enough XP from these guys even with debt that I'll level up before I get everything that I want. But I won't plus my skills until I'm ready to do Chapter 2 content and start doing level 55, running Heart of the Ocean, all that stuff. I'll try and keep everything as if it was level 50 endgame. Okay, so this room has the first boss in it. His name is Bodosh or Bodosh. Yeah, there he is. I'm going to back up so I don't aggro him. He paces in and out of this room through that back entrance. So, you kind of want to come in while he's outside of the room, clear all the mobs out so that you don't have to deal with them and him at the same time. He's pretty easy fight. The first time I came in here, I was kind of scared, but then I was kind of embarrassed for him how easily he died. I was on Priest Warrior at the time, so I had heals, and it was no big deal. On this guy, I kind of have to just DPS him as fast as I can and tank all of the damage. The main thing that he does that is of any threat is he has a long stun, so he can stun you for like 10 seconds. He hits you with that big tree log that he's got. And when he does that, you get a big stun for like 10 seconds, and Ignore Pain or other like stun removing abilities don't actually remove it. So that's kind of dumb. But at least this one doesn't. Ignore Pain has not worked for me. I think Knights also have an ability that can remove stuns. I don't know if it works on this boss. Okay, I'm going to back up a little bit, use some mana pots, regenerate a little bit. And here's a pro tip for you. If you need to regenerate quickly and you don't have any healing abilities, if you sit down, you regenerate like something like 5 times faster. Pretty useful to know. Yeah, here he comes. I do not want to fight him at half health. I'm going to actually back up a little bit just in case I accidentally aggro him. And you might have also noticed that I have a ton of diamonds. There was a sale recently, and I decided to throw some money at the game. And I actually ended up... The sale was advertising plus 30% diamonds, but fortunately, Gameforge doesn't know how to do math, because I didn't get plus 30%. Instead, I got like over 70% extra, because they applied the bonus twice, and then they had other bonuses in there. So... I'm not complaining. I got way more than I bargained for. So I feel like I'm pretty loaded right now. Alright. Pop it. Okay. Whenever he comes back in here, then I'll kill him. But the first thing I bought with all those diamonds was there is a dragon pack available in the item shop right now that gives you this cool mount, and you also get the big thing. The main reason I wanted it is it gives you permanent bag slots for all these other bags. So I've got 4 empty bags to fill up with loot. It'll probably fill up about halfway through this still, but I can chuck all the cheap stuff or TP out and come back in or something like that. Alright, here we go. I got all these buffs. Let's just go for it. Okay, yeah, he got that stun on me. I'm sure he'll do it again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, he's just stun locking me. Huge hammer. It reduces my physical defense by a lot. And that's what makes it the worst. Yeah, see, even though I popped that, it didn't help. So all my buffs just went away. That was pointless. But fortunately, I'm really tanky. There we go. How do you like getting stunned, big boy? Here comes another one. Ready? 3, 2, 1, boom. Got him. Knock him down. Boom. That's one of the nice things about warriors is they have a lot of different stun abilities, and I'm not even using all of them. Okay, there I got hit with it again. I'll get him. Oh, shirt. It's okay. I'm popping all my defense buffs. $50K. That's without my food. Pretty good. With my food, I can do like 67K. Okay, come on, knock him down. I just need to not be stunned forever. I think he would only stun the tank, so obviously if you have some ranged DPS, you can just stand there as long as you can hold aggro. Yeah, also when he gets low, he just pansies out and he runs away, so. Ooh, got purple, they think these are the chain shoulders. Let's hope they're OD. Yeah! Oh my gosh! That's really good! Even though I have... So these shoulders that I'm wearing, I got off of this boss as well, and they were OD. But these babies, man, I want those. I'm gonna... Oh, I used all my stats on these. Well, guess I just gotta farm up more stats. And then there's a two-handed hammer. That's really cool! Oppression 5. So... even if I was only playing Priest, I would take that stat. That stat is really good. Dang. That's awesome that I got that on video. Oh, a little bit scary. But I'll be okay. Honestly, since I figured out how to do this on Warrior, like on Priest, all these mobs are nothing, but on the Warrior, the mobs, just the fact that all that little bits of damage accumulates makes them kind of a threat, and I've gotten cocky a few times and died on that. Died versus the mobs. There we go, nice. Regen sigil. I don't care about damage anymore. pretty much full heal me here. That's pretty great. See. Okay. So, we're on the way to the next boss. Here's something we can talk about. I mentioned, if you've seen the Pasper Shrine video, I talked a little bit at the end of that video about how your physical attack bonus contributes to your damage, and how once you get beyond a certain point, you get diminishing returns. So, to sort of refresh on that, once your physical attack meets the physical defense of the opponent, so if you have the same physical attack as they have physical defense, you will deal half of your max damage. Your max damage is determined by your weapon and your skill and things like that. That's not going to change from having attack. Attack just lets you hit through their defense. And then having more attack, you just get diminishing returns, and you'll never get all the way to 100%, even if you've got, like, 10 times as much physical attack. That'll get you really close. That'll get you 90-something%. But basically, you get diminishing returns on investing in physical attack. But one of the caveats of that is because it scales linearly when physical attack is lower than the target's defense, those same rules apply to the monsters. So what that means is you don't get diminishing returns for stacking defense. There's a whole lot of different ways you can analyze that mathematically, which I'm not going to go into here because I've made like spreadsheets and stuff to check all my math on that. But basically what it means is you can put as much defense as you want, and you'll never get any diminishing returns. You'll always be increasing your effective staying power. But you can analyze, like, how useful is defense compared to hit points? Well, the way you can calculate that is defense in terms of how much it helps you versus how much HP helps you is proportional to the ratio between the two. So if I have 20k HP, like, I actually have about, okay, I guess I have less than that, more than that because I have the defense sigil up. I just killed it just to demonstrate this. I have about 21k HP and 21k physical defense. That means that for me right now, my physical defense and my physical HP, I guess all HP is the same, my physical defense and my HP are contributing equally. So if I have a defense stat and an HP stat that both give me the same number, they're both equally valuable. But if I have an HP stat that gives me a lot more than HP, then that's more valuable. Generally, stamina is going to be better for both because the amount it gives you of both is better than you can get from a single one of either. But, oops, actually, damn it, I don't want to start this fight yet. Well, hopefully I didn't just break it and I can't do it now. But, if my HP was 20k and my physical defense was only 10k, then that would mean that any defense stats that I want to put on my gear are actually worth twice as much. That's just sort of how the math all works out. Okay, so enough math talk, as interesting as I'm sure you find all that. I'm going to talk a little bit about this boss while I'm regenerating HP. So this boss, this is the second boss in Cyclops. This is the boss that gave me a lot of trouble when I was running as a priest. Because what happens is, you run in here and you, inside of these tents are these Zerdon protectors. You see one of them already came out and attacked me. And his body's still there. The reason for that, because you'll go in there, you'll aggro all four of them, because there's 4 tents around the perimeter at each corner. You'll aggro them, you'll kill them. Once you kill them, they'll die, and then the boss, who is in that tent on the far end, will basically resurrect them. And then when they do, the boss fight happens, and what you have to do for that is the Zerdon protectors, these little guys that he resurrects, they basically become immune to damage from you. And the boss becomes basically immune too, because what the boss does is whenever you deal damage to the boss will heal itself by siphoning life from the Zerdon protectors. So effectively, you have to kill the boss by attacking the boss. It will siphon the life from the little guys until all the life of all 4 of them has been siphoned, and then the boss has no one else to siphon life from, and then eventually turns into a green unattackable thing and teleports away or something like that. The reason this is a hard fight is because while you are fighting the boss, all of those protectors, they have an ability that they can cast on you called Death Sickle, and what that does is it deals damage to you equal to 25% of your max hit points. And there's 4 of them, so not hard to tell. You get all of them on you, and they're basically going to reduce you to 0 if they get that off. So you either have to DPS the boss enough that it kills one of the protectors through siphoning its health away before they use that ability, which is very difficult to do. I never managed to do that. Or you do what I do now, and you pop abilities like Shield of Discipline, which reduces all physical and magical damage by 63%. So if I do get hit with that Death Sickle, it gets reduced, and I think I probably even get it reduced from this resist thing, lowers physical damage you receive. I don't know if it's a physical or a magical attack. In any case, that helps a lot. You can't really telegraph the ability either, because if you are targeting the boss trying to attack it, you can't see if the protectors are casting the spell. So you can, however, even though they're immune to damage from you, you can use like Blasting Cyclone or whatever, an AoE knockdown to CC them. And abilities like that, Blasting Cyclone, Shout, any CC, if you are a mage, I believe T-Storm works really well, Thunderstorm, you CC them and then they can't cast that spell. So if you can keep them CC locked, then you're good. The boss also uses an ability on you that silences you for like 10 seconds, which sucks, and I am always terrified when it does that. But so far I've not died as a warrior from that, so I'm not sure if they can even use the Death Sickle in that situation. But alright, I think that's enough talk about this boss. Let's just do it. So hopefully I didn't break it by accidentally aggroing that thing before, because a wall will appear if you don't have your whole party in here. Yeah, and then nobody else can get in. So if you come in here alone, you're kind of screwed. Unless you can solo. Because you're a boss like me. Alright, I'm going to pop my food because I really want everything I can get for this guy. Okay, that did it. So I didn't break it. I'm going to pop my buffs. You say they used it. I got hit really hard, but I didn't die. Okay, now I have that ability on me. You can still drink potions though while that silence is on you. This thing, Incantation of Chaos. Right. Okay, I can't use that. Awesome. There it is. Damage from magical attacks is reduced. Okay, so that's why I don't die while that is on me. So it makes it so I'm tankier, but I also can't do crap. I never actually read that ability before, because I've always just been like focusing on DPSing. Come on. Okay, come on, what's going on? Oh, no, I got hit by it again. Okay, another potion. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, come on. It's got to be close, right? That's another thing, is because... There we go. Because of how the boss is just siphoning health, it's really difficult sometimes to tell how close you are to killing it or not, because it's always at full HP. So, That was cool. After you have killed it, though, you have to talk to one of these slaves. And I had before where I did this, and then they just exploded. So actually, I'm going to heal up some before. It doesn't happen every time, but one time I talked to the slave, and the slave exploded. Okay, good. Whew. Alright. So after you talk to them, then you come over here and you open the chest. I know back in the day, we used to come, we would die a ton trying to figure out how this boss worked, and then after we finally killed it, we'd be like, oh, it must have been bugged. We didn't get any loot. We didn't know what we were doing. Alright, all I got was this. I'm really hoping to get the cloth shoulders from this boss, but, you know, I can't complain. I got these bad boys now. Those look pretty cool, too. Ooh! Oh, yeah, those look nice, even with this outfit. I'm gonna have to, stat those bad boys up. Get some Puries out. Actually, at first I gotta get some nice stats. I got a bunch of dirty stats. It's one of the things that is not too fun about Chapter 1 is that a lot of times your purple drops would come with another green stat on them, so you need to clean it off, or just keep trying again until you get a clean one, so that you can actually grab the stat. Or you do what I do and use random attribute extraction stones, but you don't want to do that if there's more than 2 stats, because you get... It's a random stat, so if you have 3 stats, you only have a 1 in 3 chance of getting the stat you want. If you have 2, then you at least have 1 in 2. It's a better chance. It's not amazing, but fortunately I've been pretty lucky with my extractions. Okay. I do not want to die here. Come on. Sigil? Can I get a sigil, please? Oh, come on, die. Nope, no sigil. That's okay. Alright, I'm gonna get full up. Alright, I think I'm just going to sit down, heal up, and I will resume the video after I've done that. Alright, I'm back. I know, it felt like an instant to you, but to me, it felt like a while, because it takes... One of the downsides of having all these bags is it takes forever to move stuff around, because not only did I heal up, I also used that time to clear some space. Okay, that is a sigil. It's a magic attack. Oh, no, it's physical attack sigil. Awesome. Let's use it up, baby. We're getting close to... There's third boss right around here. In fact, the third boss is 3 bosses. And you'll see what I mean. One of them is more of a physical, tanky type character. The other one is probably like a rogue of some sort. And then the third one is like a mage healer looking thing. You can strategize, like, in terms of fighting mechanics, which one to prioritize, because, like, there's one that heals, there's one that, like, changes aggro and stuff, so if you're here with a group, it would matter. But you can also prioritize by virtue of the fact that whichever one you kill last determines the drops that it gets. So the purple drops that they can drop are actually the same for all of them. There's actually a third one. Let's see if I can get close enough. There we go. Masso, Ordic, and Gorn. Masso is the one that drops the cloth, so I tend to kill that last because I think that cloth is what I'm going to want the most. This guy probably drops leather, or maybe chain, and this guy drops either plate or chain. But like I said, the purple drops are the same. They all drop the same purple drops, but it's the blue drops that they drop. So sometimes they don't drop any purples at all, so you might as well just pick the one that you're most likely to want the gear from and kill that last. It is pretty much tank and spank. Like, they don't really do that much. Or maybe that's just because I'm amazing. Like, I'm way more powerful than groups must have been running this in Chapter 1. I'm not sure how. Like, I know that warriors actually, in Chapter 4, they got a big buff to their damage. Because what is the skill? It's, this skill, like, it used to be capped at, like, maybe 50% more DPS. Now it's, like, 75. So that's a pretty big buff. And maybe certain skills also got buffed. But I don't think that's it. I think the main thing is I just know how to actually stat my gear. And I think back then they didn't really know what they were doing. And let's see, what did I get? Oh, this cape. I've gotten that a few times. Haven't got no D1, but doesn't matter. My cape that I have now is amazing. Look at my cape. My cape is amazing. So yeah. What was I talking about? I don't remember. I know I'm gonna watch back on this video and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, you idiot. You were talking about that one thing. And then you saw a cape and you decided to sing to yourself. But your singing is so amazing that you forgot what was going on. I'm sure that's what you guys are thinking. In fact, I probably made you all forget what I was talking about too, with my amazing singing. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's do this. We got one more boss, and I believe it's Aguda. I hope I'm saying that name right. I'll see whenever I check and I'll try and sound it out. I'm pretty sure he drops purples every time. Like, I've gotten purple drops from him very frequently. So I think it's probably 100% drop rate. In fact, I can check this. Yeah, Aguda. He drops, yeah, 100% he drops purples. He can drop a recipe for the item for him, and then there's a bunch of cool purples he drops. And these are all cores that are necessary to make the Moa weapons, which are very difficult weapons to get. But if I run this enough, I should be able to make one. I really would like to make the axe. That would be the absolute best axe that I could get. And honestly, it probably comes under durability, but like it comes with amazing stats on it. I would like pull all those stats off, put them on something else. Or, yeah, I would probably do that. Even though these days I could, because of the state of tier stones, I could probably just tier stat it. Like, just full on use tier 8 clean mana stones. That would be cheating according to my rules, but maybe I would do it just because of how amazing it would be. Do that and hammer it. This is all a pipe dream because getting one of those weapons is very difficult. Not only do you need those cores, which are very rare, you also need to get like so many boss cards, which I did get a boss card last time I came in here. But you need so many boss cards out of here, and other level 50 instances. You need a bunch of other little things. But the Moa core is probably the hardest thing to get. That and the cards. So, it's not impossible, but it's very difficult to get. But you know what? I'm already playing in hard mode, so might as well go for the best level 50 weapon in the game. And then immediately go into level 55 instances after I'm totally capped. And first drop, I get an OD axe that's better. And I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. That would really suck, to be honest. Like, it would be awesome because it would be a better axe, but it would also suck because I would have worked so hard for a weapon that I immediately upgrade from. I'm just trying to clear out some space. I'm really close to the boss here, but I got a bunch of junk. Let's see. Sort. Oh, these boots are OD. I kind of want to keep those just in case I can sell them for something. these. Yeah, I know those leather boots were also OD, but they were not clean. And even so, I have so much clean OD white gear from Pasper Shrine and this and whatever else that I can't sell at all. I would have to like get all my alts to be trying to sell them, and then I would just flood the market. So people would be like, well, we don't want those anymore. Everybody in the game and their mother has them at this point, so I'd just be wasting my time. You gotta trickle them into the market. You can't just flood it. You gotta go a little bit at a time. Let's pretend that's my strategy. So you can see that this guy here, he was really big. It's some sort of buff that has to do with this purple crystal. I'm pretty sure you have to kill all these guys, and then kill this guy in order to get into the boss's chamber. Unless this is just for a quest and I've just been wasting my time, but every time I've come in here, I've come and killed these guys. I remember we had to do it back in the day, so I just sort of have been doing it. I am pretty sure that it's necessary. Pretty sure I'm not wasting my time. Okay. Tell me that's all of them. Okay. That's all of them. Let's chuck some junk. I think I got all of that stuff. Check those. Maybe these boots. What's with a lot? Sorry, I don't need that. Oh, I saw another one of these. Okay, let's see how much I can pick up now. Oh, see, look, I traded those for 4K. And this, what did I get here? Don't need that. I'll drop those now anyway. Alright. Okay, we're almost there. Hope this video hasn't been too long so far. Probably should have paused some stuff while I was doing inventory crap. Make this a little bit more entertaining for you. But, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm no video editor. In fact, I don't edit any of my videos. All I do is do a straight recording and then cut out bits as I go. Yeah, I can check these leather helmets. Oh, great. All three of those things were low gold. Alright. And then we'll at least be able to see what the boss drops. Get whatever its purple is. Okay, so the boss is pretty easy. You gotta come in here and kill all of his generals here before you're even able to attack him. Otherwise he's just greening. I'll loot these guys later. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. They do drop cards, so maybe I'll get a card from one of them. So yeah, I can't attack him. But once you do, you kill them all, he will attack you. And he's actually goes down pretty quick, but that's kind of just a ruse, a trick. You want to not use your buffs and stuff until after he dies, because after he dies, he will come back more powerful, and then he will last a while. Oh, no, don't. I actually would like to heal up first. So I'm just going to stand here and tank this guy while I heal up. Hopefully these potions are good enough. That was kind of dumb of me. Oops, that was extra dumb. I just killed him. Okay, well, here goes nothing. know I used my Shield of Discipline too early. He does take a little bit, so whenever he dies, so don't buff immediately, because if you have like a 15-second duration like my Frenzy, it'll probably be gone before he comes back. I'm actually going to wait until he starts to res. There we go. Buff now. He charged me. Here we go. Alright, I do have Shield of Discipline up still. That's good. Shoot. This is not good, not good, not good. No, 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 no. Oh! Oh, man. That's the first time I've died to him, to be honest. Alright, I am just going to pause it, res out, and I will come back for take 2. Alright, here we are. Round 2. Time to tango. We got it this time. I wonder if he will respawn from the very beginning, or if this will still stay as his second form. I don't know. So this is the first time I ever died on him. I don't even know what happens. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like this is the second form. He's a lot tougher. But that's okay. Come on. Don't kill me now. Right, got him. Come on. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, there he goes. He's down. And I got some boots. Cloth boots, okay. Not OD, not really anything that I want. But, you know what? It was a good run. That was a good run. I got these beautiful shoulders that are they're amazing. I'm not complaining. It's just, I just statted those blue ones. And then I get these beautiful purple ones. But, you know what? That's how life is sometimes. Thanks for watching. Actually, you know what? Back in the day, and I did this as well. After the first time I soloed this instance, you come up here, and you gotta sit on his throne. Because it's yours now, you know? This is mine, buddy. Suck it. Alright. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, found it interesting, and see you next time.